Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
What I'm going to talk to you about, I say in prayer, that it may touch you in some way. It is from an assignment in my seminary class. The talk will cover several of what may appear to be random points, but all are part of the experience, learning, understanding, knowledge, awareness, and consciousness of life. The assignment was what I learned. There is no way possible for me to tell you what I have learned within 15 minutes. What I can do is tell you I have waited all of my life for this very moment to be here with each of you in this room at this moment in time, to share with each of you an experience. How precious is that? However precious it is, it would not be enough money to buy a cup of coffee. Some of you might say it is about time, because you see, in addition, each of you also have waited all of your life for this moment. Through all of your journeys, all of your experiences, you are here to share an experience with each other. Wow, how precious is that? But it happens every moment of our life. So the appreciation of the moment gets lost in the turmoil and chaos of everyday life. Maybe in part this explains the phrase, live in the moment. Or you might think, where did I go wrong to end up here listening to this guy's ongoing ramble? But don't blame me. I didn't do this. You did. Another point, there are various points. Here are several aspects of what I have learned. I have learned to look at something from top to bottom, front to back, side to side, and inside out. I have learned to ponder and question, such as, what is life? Life is dealing with the consequences of circumstances and situations. I'll repeat that. Life is dealing with consequences of circumstances and situations. I thought if this is true, then there would have to be a constant. And if it were true and had a constant, then it would be one of the laws or rules by which we are governed. So what is this constant? Well, it occurred to me that the constant would have to be specific, and that it would have to apply to every second of one's life. But then it would also have to be general, in that it would apply to not just me, but to everyone. And if this were true, then it would also be true that it applied to everyone who has ever lived, to everyone who is living now, and who will ever live in the future. Now let me demonstrate how this is one of those what I call truisms, laws, or rules by which we are governed. The evidence that all of us are in this room now, and that through all of our experiences, journeys, people we have met, things we have done, etc., that after all that, our journey thus far has led us here at this moment in time. And every moment we are somewhere. We can think of doing something, and at that very moment, our journey has led us there to that point of awareness. no matter where we are. So the evidence is only proof if our awareness accepts it as proof. And if we accept it as proof, it becomes our knowledge. But if we do not accept it as proof, then it has only expanded our awareness to what may be and not what is. If we did accept this as proof, then we may also expand our awareness and knowledge that it happens to everyone all the time. Another point of viewing life is the diversity of levels and the diversity of aspects within those levels of what life is. For example, just one word, the word peace. On first impression, the word peace may have a meaning of calm, serenity, tranquility, and so on. But let's look at peace as a process. Examples are the animals in Africa, our solar system, and humans in their daily living. Consider the lions, the leopards, the cheetahs, etc., and the migratory herds in Africa. The carnivores eat the herbivores, feed their young, who grow and carry on the cycle. There is order in this system of life, and with order there is harmony. And at the end of the day, the function of the design is functioning accordingly, and there is peace in that. The solar system has had a violent beginning and now has order. The sun's production of energy is very violent and deadly to us if we get too close to the flame. And the rotation of the planets, the position of the asteroid and Kuiper belts, all have order and are within harmony with that order, and at the end of the day, the function of their design is functioning accordingly, and there is peace in that. The last example of peace is us. However the day may transpire, there is order in that we continue to experience, learn, and understand. And even though we may not feel with harmony for the way the day went, we are with harmony with the order of things, and at the end of the day, the function of the design is functioning accordingly, and there is peace in that. Another point is that perfect harmony is the harmony of God. From my limited knowledge, I can say that one aspect of this harmony is vibration. But what vibration? We are embodied male and female with both male and female consciousnesses, represented on opposite sides of the body. Consciousness is also with harmony with God, as is knowledge, love, healing, positive and negative charges or energy. There is also the charges or energy of antimatter. In other words, all that is with harmony with God. Otherwise, it would not exist. We were made in God's male and female energy and image, so therefore we also have all of what is mentioned above, except for the mention of antimatter. Although I am not so sure in the case of our political system. Briefly, I will talk about the harmony of the male and female energy. There are boundless aspects of interaction between male and female energy in every aspect of life. But here I will very briefly focus on the purpose for the interaction of male and female energy. Aside from the biblical aspect of a male and female being with each other, there is the purpose of being with harmony. When a male and female energy are together, there is the opportunity to first experience, then learn, then understand what it takes to be with harmony with each other's energy. There is no right or wrong. There is no failure or success. This would be judgment. In this union, there is consciousness, knowledge, understanding, love, healing, etc. involved? Yes, of course there is, because God is consciousness, knowledge, understanding, love, healing, etc. And because that is what God is, so is it that we are that also. Ultimately, the purpose is to experience, learn, understand, and accept, so one can be with harmony with one's higher self, and hence with harmony with God. When one reaches harmony with the other gender's energy, consciousness, knowledge, understanding, love, healing, etc., one has reached a vibration level to be in control and with harmony with one's higher self and with God. The process to experience, learn, understand, accept, and release, if necessary, is one of those truisms, rules, laws, etc., that we are governed by, because the process applies to every second of everybody's life. It always has, and it always will. Another point, but is that all life is? No. Is everything that has energy life? This question brings into play the question of what life is, or more simply, what is our awareness of what life is? Our awareness is a process of expanding what is our knowledge, and in this case, of what life is. Is life expanding our knowledge, consciousness, understanding, love, healing, etc.? Are they aspects of each other? Is everything that is a vibration? Are consciousness, knowledge, understanding, love, healing, etc., all vibrations? Are thought, speech, and action different vibrations? Are there an infinite number of vibrations? The limitness of our knowledge is our awareness, but is our awareness limited? If we think of only this embodiment, we might say yes, our awareness is limited. But if we think that our embodiments may happen over an eternity, then we might say no, our awareness is unlimited. If there is an obstacle before us, it is only an obstacle because of our limited knowledge related to our awareness and understanding of what the obstacle is and how and why it was created. When we are with harmony with God, there are no obstacles, no boundaries, no limits that in time we cannot overcome. But until we do overcome it, give thanks for the experience, for it is a blessing to learn, to understand, and to be in control of ourself. Another point. Are there only 12 powers, or is it possible there are more? Maybe there are only 12 powers in this body, but maybe in another embodiment on another planet, there might be 144 powers. Within each of the 12 powers in this body, there are an unlimited number of things that can be accomplished. The last example of peace is us. Oh, I already did that. Excuse me. Lastly, I only mentioned one of the concepts of laws, rules, however you may want to call them, that govern us in life. The one I mentioned is that we deal with the consequences of circumstances and situations. Others are, it is what it is, it lasts as long as it lasts, opportunity, change, creation, choice, another way of saying opportunity, and there are many more. Here at the chapel, there is the opportunity to develop the skills and abilities that we all possess, to look beyond and to learn to connect the dots of life, to expand our awareness and knowledge of what is. So all of this is an example of what I have learned, to seek, to explore. This is what I have learned. Thank you for the opportunity. Amen.
Thank you very much, Michael, for our lesson today.